Hi, everybody. Kara here with Kaylee, the founder and owner of Paired Up. And I always love talking about frequently asked questions because I feel like it makes me feel not so alone. Like, is everyone else asking this? Is
Yes.
this something else? Am I alone here? So we're talking about client frequently asked questions today. Kaylee, I'm sure you get a lot, but we're narrowing it down to three.
Yeah. So there's a ton, and you know what? There's no like bad question. A lot of people are like, "Oh, this may be a stupid question." It's like, no, there isn't. Plus, social media changes constantly, and that's why it's good to have people like us because we're staying on top of all of those changes. But let's start with our first one. Our first frequently asked question: why do I need to put our website link in every caption or most of them? Okay, so this is a really good question because you think, okay, well. I put the link in the last one and the one before that, and this post really doesn't make sense to have a link to the website. It's something that is kind of random or not maybe on brand. Well, the thing is you should always have a way where they can get back to find you. It's important that they have a link to go find out more information, whether it has a call to action in it or not. Your link needs to be everywhere. Social media is not a money maker by itself unless you're an influencer. Social media is a ground to put your website and funnel people to your website to then become a customer. So that's the process when we're putting together posts or you're putting together posts, you need to be thinking that way. Even if it is a random caption that really doesn't talk about the services you provide, you need to add something about your website and a link to it anyway, because you never know. This is best way for me to put this. You never know when that's going to be the only post somebody sees. So back when I was doing weather in a morning show, we had how many hits a morning? Like several weather hits. And I would always hear, sometimes in the middle of my career, hey, you didn't show the 7-day forecast in that hit. And I was like, well, I showed it in the one before that. And they're like, well, you don't know if the person saw the one before that. So you kind of have to think of each individual post like it's the only post that person's going to see. So your brand needs to be on top of it and there so that they have some way to find you.
No, that's a really good point. So keep the links coming, links everywhere.
Yeah. So number two, with our frequently asked questions, why do I need to have some type of call to action in my captions? So this this is where I talk somewhat down on the human race.
Oh my God.
I am pro, us as the human race, but we're not the smartest tools in the shed. Okay. And you can't give us that much credit. You've got to tell people exactly what you need from them in every post. I mean, I'm talking, and I say this at conferences or when I'm meeting with people, but it's the truth. Like, we still have curling irons you buy at the store that say don't put in water when it's plugged in. Duh, but they still have to say that. Same thing with your posts. You have got to tell them, hey, I want you to click on this link and then go to this link and do this when you're there. You have to be very clear because we're scrolling. Yeah, we're in discovery mode, but we're scrolling. And if you don't get us and tell us exactly what to do, we're lazy. We don't want very many steps. If you make me do too many steps, I'm not going to do it. But you've got to tell me what you need from me. Tell me what you need. It's like a woman and a man. It's like a relationship, like tell me what you need.
Don't play hard to get.
Exactly. Don't play hard to get. It's
That'll,
that simple, folks.
that'll
Tell
be
me
your
what you
theme.
need every single post.
Okay, here's your next one.
All right. How can I post every day of the week? This is my favorite question of all. Most people think, there is no way I have enough content to be able to post, once a week for 5 days a week. I'll use one of our clients as an example, they're a bank. And I remember the first meeting we had with them, they said, absolutely not. There's no way that we'll be able to have that. And the thing is when you're thinking about your business, your business in and out. So like, it's good to have an outside perspective on what people want to know. So like, for example, the bank, okay, tips to opening a checking account. You're like, okay, well, everybody knows how to open a checking account. But actually, that's one of the best performing posts because you also have to think about Google and what is searched on Google. I mean, I no joke, search constantly. How do I cut up a cantaloupe? How do I cut up this? How do I do that? Like, because I don't want to have to think about it or mess up or cut my thumb. Like, I just Google search it and figure it out. think of those Google searches with your brand, what somebody would search, and then break those down into posts that can be spread out throughout the week. And again, make it simple and make it, don't put too much thought into it. There are cows in Wisconsin that literally get paid $1 million a year by eating grass on YouTube. So we just don't overthink things. There's no bad content. That is a real story. There are cows in Wisconsin. The guy who does it, he has a YouTube channel. His cows eat grass. He makes so much money. It's just bizarre. So.
Okay, but that was probably my favorite tip that you've given is what we Google, because I Google stuff that's bizarre every day. That, and opening a checking account, great example.
Yep.
Because I know how to open up a checking account. If you've got an 18-year-old scrolling through social, they may not know how to do it. Maybe they've never had one before.
Yeah. And people think, oh, well, we only are, going after this demographic. Well, it's like, well, that demographic or that age group is connected to the other ones. So yes, do you want to, when you're doing advertising and you want to target, yes, you want to do that. But overall, you want to think wide outside the box so that you can maybe capture somebody and then they're like, oh, Dad, I saw this bank on Facebook and they had the best post. Like, maybe we should go open a small business loan there, or whatever. Like, you just don't know how it's going to happen this day with social media in the game. It can come from anywhere.
Well, when people can discover a lost family relative from halfway around the world within 45 minutes of doing a post, you're exactly right. That has been proven time and time again.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna make sure that we leave all of Kaylee's contact information in the comment section below so that you can get a hold of her in case you have a frequently asked question. The thing about you, Kaylee, is that you answer all those questions, don't you, on a daily basis?
I answer them all. I am literally like a bot chat that you could just send something to and I just respond. So,
all right, you heard it from there.
My way. There's no dumb question. Social media is changing constantly, and there's always something new or something that you might not understand. Send them our way. Head to www.pairedupsocial.com, and all of our contact information is there as well.
Okay, good deal. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Have a good day, guys.
Bye.